Hey, welcome everyone. So today I want to take a look at the Bitcoin annual chart. We just passed Christmas. Merry Christmas to everyone, and we are about to close the yearly candle. So we can see, in the past, if we look at Bitcoin, we can see that generally, especially if we look at it on the log scale, we can see that generally the history of Bitcoin has been to have 3 bullish months followed by three bullish years followed by 1 to 2 years of selling, of closing lower than the previous year. So we saw that in 2014, we saw that red year. We saw that red year back in the 2018 bear market. And then here we are in the 2022 bear market. So we can see we've had the three legs up, and then we are about to close this yearly candle in the red. So the probability that next year's candle will close above $16,845 is highly likely, just according to what we have seen in the past, right? Because we look to the left because the past structure will leave clues. But all things considered, I do like to zoom out sometimes and take a look from this higher perspective at these longer term charts. So I do like to look at the annual chart, and there's not a whole lot of TA that we can apply to this since we only have roughly 11 years of data to work with. But we can see the structures and get a kind of a bigger picture understanding of what we can expect next year, right? So typically, if you bought the year end of a bear market year, you typically did pretty well the following year. So that's what I wanted to point out first. Maybe we can jump into the 6 month view as well. So each candle represents 6 months worth of trading volume now. And we can kind of zoom in a little bit closer and see if we can spot any patterns. So again, very similar situation where, we're coming into the close of this 6 month candle. The first 6 months of 2022 sucked. The second 6 months of 2022 was almost flat, similar to what we've seen in the past, where we have seen bear markets kind of give us a doji style candle on this 6 month time frame. And that kind of sets us up for the next, 3 to 6 month periods, which should be, able to change the trend and provide some upside when you look at it on the 6 month view. And then if you wanted to add on the Bitcoin Pi cycles, I mean, you can take TA on this higher time frame, but it still really isn't developed enough to apply technical indicators. I mean, you can look at averages and whatnot, but ultimately, what I wanted to point out in this video, I wanted to keep it short and sweet. I really just wanted to reinforce this idea that if you're going to be holding Bitcoin for the long term, you have to zoom out on some of these higher time frames and take the big picture into consideration, because it's easy to get caught up in the minutia of the Bitcoin volatility and tempted to get sucked into looking at the lower time frames like the daily and the 4 hour for making your decisions. And so what's been helpful for me has been to definitely zoom out and look for any sort of structure that we can take to the bank on these higher time frames, right? So we haven't seen it yet. We're about to see in 5 days this 6 month candle will close, and so will the annual candle. And then we'll start to see the development of the new candle as we, break into 2023 and hopefully get past Q1. And then by the end of Q2, we'll have this new candle. So my prediction is that the next 6 months will close above the close of this past 6 months, just based on what we have seen in the past, right? I mean, nothing goes down forever, nothing goes up forever. So we do have some data to refer to. So that's all I wanted to point out in today's video, guys. We're about to close this big candles on some of these higher time frames, and it really paints an optimistic picture for the future when you look at it from this perspective. So I hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.